So, on the 21st and 22nd of September, there is a literary and cultural festival taking place in Albania called Freedom and Transformation. Now, this is co-organized between the Albanian author and previous guest on the show, Leah Upi, and Joanne Uy, who is in the UK and has been involved in organizing lots of interesting cultural events there and in other countries in the world. They've decided to come to Albania and organize this beautiful event, which brings incredible speakers from the UK. And as I said, it's taking part as part of British Cultural Week. I'm joined in the studio today by both of them to find out a bit more about the problems to do with literacy in Albania and how events like this can play a part. Arlinda, Joanne, welcome to Inside Albania. It's a great pleasure to have you with me today. But let's get started. Arlinda, the situation in Albania is that people are simply not reading as much as they used to. I have seen some data from a survey conducted by Euronews in 2022. Almost 75% of Albanians said they had not read a book in the last year, and 78% said they hadn't even bought one. What's causing this problem? Why is this number so high?
Yeah, that's right. Actually, of course, we don't read as we used to read, but if we say that, we should mention also the time. I mean, when did it all begin? Because actually, during the communism, here we had the only thing we did is reading books, and people actually. All young generations, but also adults, used to read a lot. But then later, after the 90s, there was also a very, very good period for people reading books, because people were reading books because we were reading the things, or let's say the books that we couldn't read during the communism, that were under censorship, and yes, it was also, that was a nice period, those let's say 15 years. But then later, with the technology, with people going out, going abroad, immigration and stuff like that, step by step it fell this number. But regarding to the what we read, that 75%, this was better than 1 year ago, actually. So when I heard that, because I was here at Euronews when they published this this thing, I was feeling better, because it was worse 1 year ago. So what to say? Yeah, the situation is not good. It's not good, but there are different causes for that. One of them is that the schools, in the schools, it's not done a good work from the teachers or from the people there, so that work with children, and it comes also from families, because I always tell to the parents, read to your children since they are small, because after that you cannot oblige them to read books. So it's let's say it's a mixture of things. It's school, it's also technology. But technology used in a bad way, because technology, we don't have nothing against technology. And also the fact that, and we are coming to our thing here, the fact that it's not promoted good, and it's not promoted much. So it used to, I feel it as a publisher, but now also as a how to say it, I have opened a new bookshop, and I'm a librarian now. So I see that people need to know, and need to know through promotion.
Yes.
How can the promotion be done? With the book presentations, of course, this is the first thing. With even social media and technology can also help on this. With festivals and book fairs, because it's very important that authors come and talk about, and to come to connection with the readers, and or with the book clubs. There are a lot of things to be done, but it needs a lot of energy, also
and consistency as well.
Yeah,
yes.
It doesn't. You can do once, but you can just need to go and to not stop as I try to do, but it's also very, very, it's people cannot do alone. It should be more and more actors all together to try and promote literature. So.
Now, as you mentioned, festivals. We have taking place this week in Albania, the Freedom and Transformation Festival. Joanne, this is, you are a co-organizer, this is your baby, so to speak. Why Albania? Why did you pick Albania?
Well, I founded a festival that's an ideas and literary festival in England during the pandemic in 2021 called EA Festival. And in 2022, I invited Leah Upi to be a speaker about her book, Free. And she and I became friends. And about 1 year ago, she said, hey, how about doing a festival in Albania? And I kind of shrugged it off, didn't take it seriously. And then, but she persisted. And because I had grown to know her well enough that we had strong value and intellectual alignment. So I decided, you know what, why not? I think it would be an amazing experience. And basically, if I do a project with Leah, I know it's going to be superb. And so I'm very lucky that thanks to her curation and selection of speakers, we have assembled a truly world-class set of people who are going to be talking about a wide variety of subjects, which in most cases are very relevant to Albania, such as human rights, migration, women and war. I mean, these are quite geopolitics, organized crime, Balkan history, of course.
Who is on the agenda of the event?
We have Peter Frankopan, Misha Glenny, Noel Malcolm, Christina Lamb. I can tell you also a little bit more about each speaker. So Peter is he's a professor of global international history at Oxford, and he's going to talk about his latest book, which is about environmental climate history in the past several millennia. It's the first book of its kind. Christina Lamb is going to talk about her most recent book, which is about wartime violence against women.
Something topical for
very,
this
very
region.
topical, and she will be interviewed by the new ambassador to Albania, Nicholas Abbott. Misha Glenny is going to talk about, now also keep in mind, he's a Balkan expert who was a wartime reporter from the front lines here. He's going to talk about his newest books, which are about cybercrime and organized crime. We have Shami Chakrabarti, who is a well-known public figure, human rights lawyer, who's going to be introducing her book entitled Human Rights. And that just gives you some insight into the type of festival that we've assembled for the Albanian public.
And this is taking place over the course of 2 days in Tirana and in Durrës. What sort of reception have you had so far when promoting the event, like from members of the public? Are people curious? Are they interested seeing these big names? But also I want to ask quickly as well, what was the reaction of the panelists when you said, hey, come to Albania, we're having a literary festival? Were they like,
They were incredibly enthusiastic.
Yeah, great.
I mean, Peter did part of his PhD dissertation about Durrës, for example. Christina Lamb, who I met casually at a talk, when I mentioned it to her, she said immediately, I would love to come to Albania.
Amazing.
Noel Malcolm, of course, is an expert and an old hand in this country. And Misha is also, I would say, similarly situated. But I think people jumped at the opportunity because Albania is at this incredible
cool,
inflection.
a bit edgy.
Yeah, it's at this incredible inflection point in its history. And although economic growth is galloping with tourism, I would say that culturally, and based on the figures that you just cited at the beginning, we need events such as Freedom and Transformation to actually keep, so that for society to keep a pace, to accelerate the cultural development of Albania so that it can actually catch up to its economic development.
Yeah, and as Joanne mentioned, I mean, she mentioned Misha Glenny and Noel Malcolm. They are very related to Albania because also the books are translated in Albanian.
Great.
But also for the other ones, because this is, as this festival is in during the British week, so they are, of course, they are foreigners. They they come from England, but this is a way that how we can collaborate in the future for translating their books, but they are also interested in topics that also we are
Cultural
interested.
exchange.
So it's a very interesting cultural exchange, and I think there is a lot of interest, and I'm hearing all around people that want to come and want to hear. Of course, the conversations will be all in English, but this will be something. I mean, not very difficult even for people that are not like pros in English.
It's
so everyone
accessible.
is invited. But the most important thing that we should have to say is please book the tickets. The tickets
Yes.
are free, but because we are not, I'm telling this, Joanne, because it's
This
I'm
is a
Albanian and
crucial
I know
point.
Yes,
how
I
it's
was going
this
to
is a
ask.
crucial- and
Are there tickets left, and how do people get them?
it's through there is a link if you go to EA Festival and you find and you just need to go there and just you book and the ticket comes to you through the email. It's quite easy. It's only a thing that we need to
So
to
you
do
know how
because
many people are
because we
coming
know and
and-
yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm gonna
that
say-
was quite a novelty to book tickets.
To book
so
tickets for
please
us,
book
yeah.
tickets
Yes.
because actually the demand for this event
Will be very
we
high.
expect it's going to be extremely high.
Yeah,
And
I
so and we have a fantastic day set for Tirana on Sunday.
Yes.
Yes.
What's the highlights of the event? I mean, let's talk about Sunday in particular. What is going to be the highlight of Sunday for you?
Well, I mentioned Peter Frankopan, but also there's going to be a poetry reading by William Sieghart, who is the founder of the UK's National Poetry Day, and he's literally the equivalent of Mr. Poetry for Britain, I would say. And he is the second to last session.
Okay.
After which we will have Alda Dizdari, who will be performing with a harpist named Camilla Pay, something called Candle in the Wind, which she wrote when she was at the bedside vigil of her father, the composer, during COVID. So I think it will be a beautiful ending to the entire festival.
And the last question from you both: What do you want people to take away? What is your aim? What is your goal? How will you sort of see this as a success?
But for me, is what I expect from every book promotion is that people know even not only the authors that are already translated and maybe read in Albania, but also these others that are extremely brilliant too. So it's knowing others and hearing to some ideas that maybe, or also finding answers as it's used to be in every book promotion that actually, and also being affected by the beauty of the literature, of the bright minds. So
And
I think
changing
this
some
is
of these statistics.
and yes, and changes the statistics for sure, and changing mentalities, open our minds. I mean,
Joanne?
I would say two things. The first thing is I hope that this event can be a template for future such gatherings. So therefore, I hope lots of people will come and enjoy themselves. Number two, I hope, and Leah and I hope, I would say, that this is going to provoke some thought. This is going to be thought-provoking discourse and critical analysis of some of the issues that are on the front burner of the world news today.
I wish you the greatest success with the festival. I encourage everybody watching to not attend, but to sign up first and then attend. And thank you very much. All the best.
thank you, Alice.